Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell the truth about silver. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of March 2020. And earlier today we published a video entitled, Who Said You Cannot Get Silver at Spot Price? And yesterday a video entitled, How We Bought Gold Today Below Spot as Prices Rise. And we've placed links to both of these in the description box below. When you have 5 minutes, it's they are interesting videos to watch, showing that even in a rising price market, people are still willing to sell gold and silver at or around spot price. But perhaps, let's be blunt, not in the format that we would all necessarily desire, such as beautiful coins, rounds, or bars. Anyway, let's take a look at the markets today and the financial data so that we can at least obtain some idea or perspective of where they are heading right now. Now, as we're all aware, the Dow Jones closed up over 2,000 points yesterday. And this suggests, literally, that almost anything can happen on a day-to-day basis. Well, once again, today's equity markets are broadly up. As at 21:30 GMT, the Dow is up nearly 500 points at 21,200. The S&P 500 is up 28 points at 2,475, and the Nasdaq is down 33 points at 7,384. UK and European markets closed up again today, with the FTSE and CAC 40 leading the way, up nearly 4.5%, the Euro Stoxx 50 up 3%, and the DAX up a little shy of 2%. Asia-Pacific markets closed up broadly, with the Nikkei being the star, the Nikkei 225 being the star, up over 8%, and we expect these markets to continue to rise, though more modestly, when they open later this evening. Crude prices are really little changed, up 30 cents for Brent per barrel and 24 cents for WTI. In fact, it was quite refreshing here in the UK to go to the petrol station and find that one can actually acquire fuel at £1.08 per litre. I know our American audience will be flabbergasted at this, as it's considerably cheaper in the United States, but for us, £1.08 certainly seems like a good deal. The dollar index has in fact fallen a little over 1 point, but is still just managing to hold on above 100 at 100.9. Now, gold has fallen in the past 24 hours by just 0.7%, although ironically an hour ago it was down 1%. Currently, it's down $11 at $1,618, while silver has risen 17 cents over the past 24 hours at $14.50, thereby reducing the gold to silver ratio to 111 to 1. Now, in view of China claiming that their economy is slowly getting back to normal, this should not be a surprise, as we should begin to see the industrial demand for silver pick up in the months ahead, and the paper markets may very well be beginning to price this in. Also, of course, with physical silver being all but invisible from the dealer's shelves, a pickup from its weekly low of $11.79 should also not be a surprise. We took the view that $12 should have been its floor, although it did go below that, and this certainly appears to be more or less the case, though silver is not totally out of the woods as yet. It certainly does appear to be staging a recovery and possibly heading back towards a 100 to 1 ratio with gold. We shall have to wait and see how quickly that occurs. Now, in sterling terms, gold is down percentage-wise by more than the dollar, down 1.9%, or £25 at £1,361. And silver is up 2 pence at £12.18. This is the result of sterling strengthening against the dollar from $1.16 to the pound to $1.19 to the pound. It's also worth mentioning, but we won't go into all of the details as to why, that palladium has had almost a 20% rise in dollar terms today, rising over $385 to $2,355 an ounce. On the economic data front, durable goods orders were up in February compared with January, 1.2%, against 0.1%. So this is positive, while core capital goods orders were down 0.8% compared with a positive plus 1% in January. So that is negative. So looking at the fall in gold prices, this can almost be entirely attributed to the fall in the dollar index. Dollar index was down 1% and the price of gold was down 1%, but it's slowly starting to pick up again as we produce this podcast. But this is no great shakes. Of course, equities have also been positive both yesterday and today. Now, from a technical point of view, we have gold resistance at $1,700 with quite strong support at the 10-day moving average of 1540. Short-term and medium-term momentum is positive, and the fast stochastic is generating a buy signal. So together, these suggest higher prices. But as we often quote, technical analysis is a tool to aid projection, but is not a crystal ball that is infallible. However, we are still positive gold over the coming weeks. The 2-day microstar so far is, of course, silver, but please bear in mind that when we say over the past 24 hours it has risen, this is predominantly the result of the gains achieved yesterday and early today, with today's large gains and recent peak, having now mainly fallen back. So much does actually depend on the 24 hours that one takes the readings from and to. Now, there will undoubtedly be some selling pressure and profit taking. But that said, should silver break above 1525, then the technicals do suggest a rise above $16 and a potential move closer towards 1650. If, however, it should fail to maintain its strength, then $13 or very near appears to offer a reasonable amount of support. So do not be surprised to witness a degree of seesawing of prices between these sorts of figures with silver over the coming weeks. Though we will confess that we are more in favour of silver holding above $14 than spending most of its time in the $12 to $13 category. Now, we have some important US data tomorrow. GDP for quarter 4 with an expectation of 2.1%, plus the advanced trading goods for February with a median forecast of minus $62.8 billion. But the important statistic to note is the weekly jobless claims. Remember, it rose last week to 281,000. Some 60,000 more than expectations. And a similar rise this week will begin to show without doubt that the economy is declining rapidly. Also today, we've had 1 or 2 inquiries vis-à-vis Bullion Vault. This is the company, or one of the companies we suggested, that if you could not obtain physical gold and silver, you might consider using a company that holds offshore storage facilities or onshore storage facilities as an option, with the benefit of actually you not supplying the physical or they supplying the physical directly to you or receive it from you, and that you can then make a profit, hopefully, on your transaction and receive the cash within a couple of days directly into your bank account. But we have been asked about the reputation of Bullion Vault, and all we can say, quite frankly, is that first and foremost you should undertake your own research. whether it be on Google or whichever search engine you use to determine its veracity. We have personal experience of Bullion Vault, which is positive, and we have friends who have also used it, have invested in it, and withdrawn their money from it without problem. So whilst no company is infallible, they do have a long-standing reputation, and very little, if any, criticism can be seen levied against them. So if you do plan to invest in Bullion Vault as an example, or any other company for that matter, please undertake your own due diligence first. Now, in the interest of transparency, we do receive a commission if you use our link. You don't have to use our link. You can go direct to bullionvault.com. But if you do use it, we will receive, just to give you an idea, it does depend on what you buy and over what term and the storage facilities, etc., etc. But on average, we will receive approximately $5, which could rise to $10 for every $1,000 you invest. So it's not a significant sum of money. So do not think for one moment this is the reason we've mentioned them. Our reputation is worth far more than a few dollars. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to this channel, not forgetting to press the bell sign so that you're notified of future videos as and when they're published. Over on our Richard and Greg channel, which we update every other day, you will find videos on a range of subjects outside the direct investment area. Thank you once again. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.